Tim was a busy man, juggling a demanding job, family responsibilities, and his own personal goals. Each day felt like a race against time, and he often found himself feeling disconnected from everything around him. Despite his success, he couldn't shake the feeling that something was missing in his life. One rainy afternoon, Tim decided to take a different route home from work. As he walked through a small neighborhood, he spotted a quaint little bookstore that he had never noticed before. Drawn in by the warm glow of the lights and the smell of old books, he stepped inside. As he browsed the shelves, an elderly man approached him. "Looking for something special?" the man asked with a kind smile. Tim shrugged. "Just browsing, I guess." The man nodded knowingly. Sometimes we find what we need when we're not looking for it. Intrigued, Tim struck up a conversation with the man, who introduced himself as Mr. Swanson. They talked about books, life, and dreams. Mr. Swanson shared stories of his own life experiences and how he had learned to listen for God's voice in everyday moments. As Tim prepared to leave, Mr. Swanson handed him a small book titled God's Whispers of the Heart. "This might help you find what you're searching for," he said gently. Curious but skeptical, Tim took the book home. That evening, he settled into his favorite chair and began to read. The pages were filled with reflections on listening for God's guidance in daily life, through nature, relationships, and even moments of silence. One particular passage struck him. God speaks in whispers. You must quiet your heart to hear them. Inspired by these words, Tim decided to try something different. The next morning, instead of diving straight into his work emails and tasks, he took a few moments to sit quietly with his thoughts. He closed his eyes and focused on his breath. In that stillness, he felt a sense of peace wash over him. Suddenly, memories flooded back, moments when he had felt joy, love, and purpose. He recalled time spent with his family at the park, laughter shared with friends over coffee, and quiet evenings watching the sunset. In that moment of reflection, Tim heard a gentle whisper in his heart. You are enough, just as you are. From that day forward, Tim made it a habit to carve out time for quiet reflection each morning. He began to notice God's presence in the little things. A child's laughter at the playground, a beautiful sunrise on his commute, or even a simple conversation with a coworker. He shared this newfound perspective with his family and friends, encouraging them to slow down and listen for God's voice in their own lives. Together, they created moments of connection. Family dinners where they shared their thoughts and feelings, or weekend outings where they appreciated nature's beauty. Tim realized that discovering God's voice wasn't about grand revelations, but rather about being present in everyday moments. It was about opening his heart to love and kindness and recognizing that God was always there, whispering words of encouragement and reminding him of what truly mattered. Through this journey, Tim not only found fulfillment, but also inspired others to seek out those whispers in their own lives. A beautiful reminder that God speaks to us all if we take the time to listen. If you found this story touched your heart, please consider subscribing. It helps us to bring more content like this to you. God bless you and yours, and until next time, take care of yourselves and others.